Dear students, welcome back to the class. This is class 10th subject science chapter number 12 electricity and this is lecture number 4. So dear students, in our previous lecture we have studied about the factors on which resistance depends. We have also studied about resistivity or specific resistance. We have seen the units of resistivity and we have seen that uses of different types of materials. In today's lecture, we will study the resistance of system of resistors. When we are using two or more than two resistors together in a circuit, electrical circuit, then it is called a system of resistors. And the arrangement of these resistors can be of two types, series and parallel. So, we can have series combinations of resistors and parallel combinations of resistors. So students, our topic is resistance of a system of resistors. You must be thinking from where this system of resistors has come. So always remember that when we are using an electrical circuit, so in that electrical circuit, some kind of, whether it is a bulb, electric iron, electric toaster or some other electrical appliance is used in any electrical circuit. And this electrical appliance is having its own resistance. And when we are using two or more electrical appliances together, then this makes a system of resistance because every electrical appliance has its own resistance. So that is called system of resistors. So today we will learn that how to calculate the resistance of a system of resistors. This point A and B. At this point A and B, I'll connect my conductor or resistors and I have one battery, a key and ammeter this way. So the arrangement of the resistors, suppose we have two resistors, R1 and R2. So now there are two methods by which we can connect these R1 and R2 together. Suppose in the circuit we connect R1 and then we connect the R2 this way. So here we have R1 and R2. This is called series connection of resistors. And if we talk about this system of resistors, this is called series combination. Another arrangement can be, instead of making them connecting like this, we can also make them connecting like, and then these will be our 2 points A and B and rest of the circuit will be same. We will have a meter, here we will also have the key, battery which will provide the potential difference across the ends of the conductor. So here now this is our system of resistors. So we have R1 and R2 here. So these two types of arrangements can be there. So this combination of resistance can have an effect on the potential difference applied across the ends of the conductor, and it can also vary the current flowing in the circuit. So today we have to see that what are the effects or what is the variation that gets produced in the potential difference of this electric circuit and the current of the electric circuit when this combination of resistances is introduced. This is called parallel combination. So So today's lecture will only discuss about the series combination of resistors. Series combination. So we know that when the resistors are connected end to end, they are called series combination. And according to the Ohm's law, we have this relationship between the potential difference and the current. Here we have R, which is resistance. Now we have to see that if different kinds of arrangements are used in these electrical circuits, then what is the relation between the potential difference and the current, or what is the effect of this combination of resistance on both. So first we will see the effect of resistance on current, and then we will study about the relation of potential difference and the current when the series combination of resistors is used. So we will perform two activities. The first activity is, this is our activity number 1, and here in this activity we have 3 resistors, R1, R2 and R3. These 3 resistors are actually the conductors. So the R1 is having resistance 1 ohm, R2 is having resistance 2 ohm and R3 is having resistance 3 ohm. We have a battery of 6 volt, a key and ammeter. So first, as we have to see the effect of current when the series combination of 3 resistors is used, then first we have to do, what we'll do, the first case is that we have A and B points, and here within A and B point we have 3 resistors or series combination of resistors. Then first we will check that 6 volt battery is attached here, so we are providing a potential difference of 6 volt to this combination, and different resistors are there. Then what is the current which is flowing in the circuit? That we can measure with the help of ammeter. So this ammeter will provide the reading of the current which is flowing through the circuit. So in the first activity it comes out to be I, amperes. Now as we have to see the effect of different resistors, so we can do one thing, that instead of placing the ammeter here in the circuit, we can place it either here, here or here. So this will be the same condition. Let us put it somewhere in between R1 and R2 or R2 and R3. So the second condition will be, now we have disconnected the ammeter from this position and now we have placed the ammeter here between R1 and R2. So we see that the current reading which is given by this ammeter is now I ampere, which is as same as the case 1. So we can conclude with this with the help of this activity that in case of series combination of resistors, same current flows through the circuit when a potential difference is applied across the ends of the conductor. So same current flows through each resistor. That you have to take care of, that if you are placing ammeter here, it is showing the current which is flowing in R1. If you place it here, it will show that what is the current flowing through the R2. If you are placing it here, it is giving the reading of R3. That means same current is flowing through the R1, R2 and R3. Now with the help of second activity, we will see that what is the effect of this series combination of resistances on the potential difference of the circuit, or what is the relation between the potential difference applied across the ends of the system of conductors to the potential difference across the each resistor. So we have potential of, suppose let's say it is V. So total potential difference which is applied across the end of the system of these resistors, is V volt, and which we can measure with the help of voltmeter by connecting the voltmeter parallel to the system of resistors. So the first case is that we have to measure the potential difference across the A, B point. So what we will do, we will connect a conductor or voltmeter parallel to the system of resistors. So this voltmeter is giving a reading V. So that shows the total potential difference which we are applying is same as the potential difference across the ends A and B. Now we have to measure the potential difference across the ends of each resistance. Then what we will do? So we can do one thing, that we will connect a voltmeter here, which will be having a positive and negative terminal, and this is our voltmeter, which will give us the reading of the potential difference across the resistance R1. So R1 is giving us a reading V1. So the same way we can connect the voltmeter here. So that will give us the potential difference across R2. And if we connect the voltmeter here, this will give us the potential difference across R3. That means here in this activity, what is happening? Across R2, we have potential difference V2. Across R3, we have potential difference V3. But the total potential difference across each resistance, the total potential difference across the ends of the system of resistance should match with the potential difference across each resistor. That means V should be equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So from here we are getting the relation between the total potential difference and the individual potential differences across each resistor. On the basis of these two activities, we can conclude that the total potential difference across a combination of resistances in series is equal to the sum of potential differences across the individual resistors. So now we can conclude that two or more conductors are said to be in series if they are connected one after the other such that same current flows through each conductor when some potential difference is applied across the combination. Now let us try to find out the total resistance of the combination of resistors, and this total resistance is called equivalent resistance of the combination. So in case of series combinations, here in front of you we have a circuit in which we have three resistors connected with each other in series, and as we have performed the activities, now we know that potential difference across each resistance is V1, V2 and V3, whereas the potential difference across the combination of resistance is V, and V is the V volt potential differences given to the circuit, and that is why the combination is having a potential difference of V volts. Here in the circuit, let's say I current is flowing, because we have seen that in a series combination same current flows through each resistance. So I current will be flowing through R1, R2 and R3. So according to Ohm's law, we have V is equal to IR. That means if we have to see the potential difference across V1, then V1 will be equal to I R1, V2 will be equal to I R2 and V3 will be equal to I R3. As we know that current is same in all the resistances, only the difference is potentials, and that we are calculating here. So V1, V2 and V3 are IR1, IR2 and IR3 respectively. But we got one equation that was saying that total potential difference across the ends of the conductor or ends of the combination of resistances is equal to the sum of individual potential differences across each resistance that we have drawn in second activity. So that was V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So if we are putting the values of V1, V2 and V3 from equation 1, 2 and 3 into equation number 4, then what will happen? V1 is IR1, V2 is IR2 and V3 is IR3. So I is same in all, so we can take I as common, R1 plus R2 plus R3. If we compare it with Ohm's law equation, so we have V is equal to IR, where this R is the resistance of the circuit and this is the current flowing in the circuit, where V is the potential difference applied across the conductor. So if we compare, so our R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now, this is what? This is our total resistance. You can write it as RS. RS because this is the equivalent resistance in case of series combination. So this S will denote the series combination and this RS will tell us that this is the series resistance or equivalent resistance in an electrical circuit of series combinations of resistors. So we have RS as R1 plus R2 plus R3. This is our final derivation, that what is the equivalent resistance in case of series combination of resistances. Let us solve one example, then you will understand that how to calculate RS, or if RS is given or R1, R2, R3 are given and we have to find out I or V. Let us see one example. This is one of the examples of your NCERT book, example number 12.7. So this example says that an electric lamp whose resistance is 20 ohm and a conductor of 4 ohm resistance are connected in series with each other and connected to a 6 volt battery. Calculate the A. total resistance, B. potential difference across the electric lamp and conductor. That means we have been given two resistances because electric lamp is also a load or it is having a resistance of its own. That means two different resistances of 20 ohm and 4 ohm are given to us. Potential difference of 6 volt is there. And we have to calculate the total resistance, that is the equivalent resistance or RS of equivalent resistance of series combination. And we have to find out the potential difference across electric lamp and conductor. That means if V1 is the potential difference across the electric lamp and V2 is the potential difference across conductor, because we know that in a series combination each resistance or each conductor is having different potential differences across their ends. So let us see the arrangement. So I made this circuit diagram. You can also draw it by yourself, that we have a resistance of 4 ohm and a lamp. You know the symbol. This is the symbol of electric bulb. This is having the resistance of 20 ohm and this is 4 ohm. So here we have R1 as 4 ohm, R2 which is the electric lamp, or you can take vice versa, 20 ohm. A battery of 6 volt is given. You can also count it from here that each cell is of 2 volt. Generally it is of 2 volt only. So 2 2 and 2. So it is of 6 volts. Here we have 1 ampere meter, or you can say ammeter, which will show the current. So V is 6 volts. We have R1, R2 and V. And we have to find, the first case is that we have to find the RS. And we know the formula, how to find RS. That is the sum of individual resistances. R1 plus R2. So what is R1? 4 ohm. R2, 20 ohm. So total resistance of the circuit is 24 ohm. I hope you have understood that how to calculate the series combination equivalent resistance. So this is the first part we have done. The second part is saying we have to find out the potential difference across electric lamp and conductor. We know that suppose I current is flowing through the circuit, because in case of series combinations the same current flows through all the conductors, or you can say resistors. So if I is the current flowing and V is the total potential difference applied across the ends of the conductor. So we have a formula, V is equals to IR. V is potential difference and I is the current flowing through the circuit. And what is R? This is RS actually, which is the combination of each resistance. So that will be R1 plus R2. And this we have calculated. So further if we are doing it, so this will be I into 24 ohm. Then the value of V is given as 6 volts. That means 6 is equal to I into 24. If we have to calculate the value of I, that is current, that will be 6 upon 24. So that will be a value 0.25 ampere. You can calculate it. So the current flowing in the circuit is 0.25 ampere. Now we know the current, we know each resistance, and we have to find out the value of V1 and V2. We have to find out the potential difference across conductor of 4 ohm resistance, that is so the potential difference is V1. It will be having a value because V is always equal to IR. So if we have to calculate V1, it is IR1. I is having a value 0.25. So 0.25 ampere is the current and R1 is 4 ohm. So if we simplify it, or we can calculate it, so this value comes out to be 1 volt. Remember, you always have to mention the unit of each physical, or you can say the property. Here potential difference we are taking, so you have to mention the unit along with it. Otherwise your answer will be invalid. So 1 volt is the potential difference across 4 ohm resistance. Then we have V2. V2 will be IR2. So if I is 0.25 ampere and R2 is 20 ohm, then what we have? 25 upon 100 to remove the decimals into 20. So we can have it like this. So it is giving us value 5 volt. So V1 is 1 volt and V2 is 5 volt. Here you can verify your answer, because we know the total potential applied across the ends of the combination of resistors is equal to the sum of individual potential differences across each resistance. That means V is equal to V1 plus V2. So here we are getting the value 1 and 5. So it is coming out to be 6 volts, which is as same as the total potential applied across the combination. So here your answer is verified. So this way you have to do the examples as well as the in-text and NCERT questions of this topic. In the next topic, we will be doing the parallel combinations. So now as we have understood that what is equal in resistance in case of a series combination of resistors. Now here we have some points we have to which you have to remember. So the important points are, the first point is that net resistance of combination is equal to the sum of the resistances of the individual conductors. We have seen it that Re or Rs is always equal to the sum of individual resistances. Suppose we have two resistors, so it will be R1, R2 or whatever you give a name to it. Or if it is more than 2, so it will be sum of all the individual resistances. So you can write it as R is equals to NR. Or it can also be written as Re or Rs is equal to the sum of summation of Ri, where I is going from 1 to N. Whatever number of resistances you have, you can calculate the resistance in this way. Second point is, the current through each conductor is same. That we have seen with the help of the activity number 1 which we performed, and we see that we have seen that across each resistance or conductor same current is flowing. So current will be the same in all the resistances. The third point to remember is, the voltage applied across the series combination of conductors is equal to the sum of potential differences across individual conductor. That means if we are having two resistances, so V will be equal to V1 plus V2 and so on. But this type of combination is having certain disadvantages. Let us see what are they. So these are, first disadvantage of series combination of conductors is that these are not used in domestic circuits. You must be thinking why? So let us see that why it is not used in domestic circuits. Because if you join the conductors, resistances, or you can say the electrical appliances, because all the electrical appliances, they have their own resistance, and according to that they require different amount of current. So when we connect them in series, so here we have example of two bulbs, electric bulbs which are connected in series, and they are connected with the cell. So just tell me one thing, that if this bulb is fused, this bulb is not working, so even if the potential difference is applied across the ends of the combination of these two electrical bulbs which are connected in series together, so will the current flow in this electric bulb? No, because here we have studied about the open circuit and closed circuit. So now this is not a closed circuit, because now here this fused bulb is breaking the connection between the the current and the bulb, this bulb. So in open circuit no current flows, and because of the damage in between this electrical circuit, this bulb will also not work. So just think that if you use the series connection in domestic circuits, then all the appliances which are connected in series with each other, then even if the one is stopping if it stops working, then all the rest of the appliances which are connected in series with it will not work. Or if one problem is there, that if you want to switch off the one, or if you do not want to use all the electrical appliances at once, then because the same current will flow through all the electrical appliances. But if we are not having a switch, or if we are not able to switch off the individual appliances which is not there in the series resistances or series circuits, so that will be a great issue. So that is why series combinations are not used in domestic circuits. The second disadvantage is that different electrical appliances, they have different resistances, and hence they require different amount of electric current. So if we connect them in series and give same amount of current to them, then it is possible that some of the appliances, they will not behave or they will not work properly, because that amount of current which we are giving is not in accordance with that electrical appliances. So these are some of the disadvantages of series connections of electrical circuits. So this is it for today. Now let us see our today's homework. So the first question, actually you have 3 questions in total in today's homework, and these are combination of in-text and exercise questions. First 2 questions are in-text questions of page number 213 in your NCERT book, and the third question is the exercise question number 9. So let us see the questions. Question number 1 is, draw a schematic diagram of a circuit consisting of a battery of 3 cells of 2 volt each, a 5 ohm resistance and 8 ohm resistance and a 12 ohm resistance. So you have 5 ohm resistance, 8 ohm resistance and 12 ohm resistance. You have 3 cells of 2 volt each and a plug key. All are connected in series. So you have to make a circuit diagram out of it. Question number 2 is, redraw the circuit of question number 1, which we have just mentioned, putting in ammeter to measure the current through the resistors and the voltmeter to measure the potential difference across 12 ohm resistors. What would be the readings in the ammeter and voltmeter? So what we have to do? We have to redraw the circuit of question number 1. We have to measure the the current and the potential difference. So the current will be same in case of series resistances. So we have to put ammeter in series anywhere in the circuit, and the potential difference will be measured when we are connecting the voltmeter across the 12 ohm resistance, because each resistance is having its individual potential difference. So voltmeter will be connected and the current ammeter will be connected, and they will give us the readings of the current and potential difference. Question number 3 is from your NCERT exercise, and this is question number 9 of NCERT exercise and question number 3 of our homework. A battery of 9 volt is connected in series with the resistors of 0.2 ohm, 0.3 ohm, 0.4 ohm and 0.5 ohm, and one more 12 ohm respectively. How much current would flow through the 12 ohm resistance? So you have to find out the current which is flowing through 12 ohm resistance. And remember, they all are connected in series. It has been mentioned in the question. So just make a diagram first and then calculate the value of current through 12 ohm resistance. So in the next lecture, we will do the parallel combinations of resistors. Till then, just remember students that the homework solutions of lecture number 3 will be provided along with this video only and the same day. So don't forget to watch that video as well. So take care and goodbye. See you in the next lecture.